This is Super Science Wednesday for January 6, 2021. Today we will be doing Unit 2, Chapter 4, Lesson 1. This begins on page 138. You can turn to that page now in your science book. Unit 2, Chapter 4, Lesson 1. We will begin on page 138. The name of this chapter in this lesson is Body and Mind. Lesson 1 is called How Does Your Nervous System Work? And it begins on page 140. Let's read this scripture spotlight before we go to our lesson 1. God carefully designed the body and mind to work together. You use them to sense and understand the world around you. They allow you to worship God and communicate with other people. As we see how complex our bodies are, our faith in the wisdom of our God, our Creator, can grow. You will read the following passages in this chapter. We'll be reading from Proverbs, Matthew, Genesis, and Romans. On page 139, you can see a little girl in school with her teacher, and she's drawn a picture of herself, a portrait. And it tells us the big idea. Your body and your mind are affected by your thoughts, your beliefs, emotions, diet, and exercise. Your mental health, that means the health of your mind, affects how you view the world and care for the things God has created. The question is, what can you do to help keep your body and mind healthy? Can you think of some things you can do to keep your body healthy? I'm listening. Okay, some ideas I had were maybe get good rest, enough sleep, drink lots of water, and eat a good diet. Let's move on to page 140. Page 140 is the beginning of Lesson 1. The name of Lesson 1 is How Does Your Nervous System Work? If you look over at the left-hand corner of your page, you'll see the vocabulary box. Let's read the vocabulary words. Please read them after me like a parrot. Nervous system, brain, nerve, spinal cord, reflex. These are some important words we'll want to watch out for as we read. Tell me what you see on page 140. I'm listening. Very good. Let's read together. How does your nervous system work? Get ready to learn. Remember, kids, you can listen to me read, or you can read along with me. Close your eyes. Can you still tell what is happening around you when you close your eyes? Some parts of your body sense what is around you. Other parts send messages and tell your body what to do. You will learn about these body parts in this lesson. Try this. How are your sense of taste and your sense of smell connected? Put on a blindfold. Smell 2 pieces of food that your teacher gives you, or mom and dad. Can you tell what they are? Then try tasting the food. Did you change your mind? Discuss which body parts you used. If you would like to try this little game at home, it might be fun. Put on a blindfold and have your parents choose 2 pieces of food. Without being able to look at them, see if you can use your sense of touch, taste, smell to figure out what they are. Let's look over here at structured inquiry on page 141. Get the message. How do messages travel between your eyes and your muscles? You will need messages from your teacher or mom and dad. Step 1. Model how your nervous system passes messages. Get into 2 teams of 4. With your partners, form a line starting with your teacher, the brain. You could do this with your family, boys and girls. Student 1 models an eye at the end of the line. Students 2, 3, and 4 next in line after the eye model the nerves. Step 3. The eye passes a message to the nerves until it reaches the brain. Step 4. The brain decides what to do and passes a message down the second chain of 3 students, the nerves, to the 4th student who models the leg muscle. At the end, the leg muscle reacts. Step 5. Draw pictures to communicate how the leg muscles react. Look at this picture here. So first of all, the friend thought about kicking the ball. The message went from her brain down to her leg. From her leg, she kicked the ball. So her message was moving from her mind down to her foot, wasn't it? If you have enough people at home to practice how a thought or an idea or command moves from your brain to any part of your body, you could do that at home with some family members. We might try this at school tomorrow. Let's turn to page 142. The nervous system. Your body has many different systems. A system is a group of parts that are connected and work together. Each system has a job to do. The nervous system is the system that controls the body. It senses what is happening inside and outside the body. The brain is the control center of the nervous system. It tells other body parts what to do. It directs your muscles to move. Your brain uses information it gets from other parts of the body. Let's look on this focus on health. Eat the right foods to keep your nervous system healthy. Fruits and vegetables and healthy fats like those found in nuts support normal brain growth. Drink plenty of water to increase alertness. Let's look at this math in science. You use your brain to answer math questions. It helps you decide if something makes sense. Which estimate of the length of a kitten makes sense? Do you think a kitten is 15 centimeters, 150 centimeters, or 15 meters long? You could also think of it in inches and feet. Would you estimate a kitten to be 6 inches long, 5 feet long, or 49 feet long? What do you think? I'm listening. I hope you said 6 inches. That's about half a ruler. Let's move on to page 143. This is a beautiful picture of the brain. Now the brain is a light peachy color. The brain is not rainbow colored. But for the purpose of seeing the different parts of the brain, they have made the different parts of the brain a different color so that you can see it easier. Let's read. The brain helps you learn and remember things. It also helps you know right from wrong. Notice the different areas of the brain. Each area has a different job, but all the areas must communicate and work together. The brain is surrounded by bones called the skull. What might happen to your brain if your skull was damaged? What do you think? I'm listening. Could your brain be damaged also if your skull was damaged? Yes, it could. Let's look at the different parts of the brain. The red part in the front of your brain is for memory, reasoning, and movement. The front of your brain helps you remember. It helps you reason, whether reasoning means, is this a good idea or a bad idea? And movement. The front of your brain helps you move your body. Let's go to the yellow part. The very top of your brain controls your touch, movement, and language. In the very back of your brain is the green part for vision. This is the part that helps you see. In the very side of your brain, we hear for hearing, memory, and language. And down below at the base of the brain is coordination, balance, and movement. You would need to be very strong and smart with this part of your brain if you were going to be in gymnastics or be an athlete who needs a lot of coordination. Dribbling a ball, shooting a basket, kicking a soccer ball well with your feet, standing on a balance beam, all of these movements would be using the bottom of your brain. Up inside is this brain stem, and the very, very center controls breathing and heartbeat. Let's turn to page 144. Different sense organs allow you to notice things going on around you. Eyes let you see the beautiful world God created. Ears let you hear a song. With your tongue, you can taste fresh bread. With your nose, you can smell flowers. You know something is smooth or rough when you touch it with your skin. The nervous system is very complex. God designed it so each person can learn about the world, make decisions, and react to things around him or her. You control your own body. It is important to use your body the way God designed it to be used. Think about it. Why must you wear goggles during some science labs? Or why would we need to wear a mask at school right now? I'm listening. For protection, you're right. What senses are used in examining this flower? If you said your sense of smell, you would be right. But what about your sense of sight? Let's go to page 145. A network of nerves. Sense organs, such as your eyes and ears, gather data from all around you. Your brain figures out what the information means. Then your brain tells other body parts how to react. Your brain is connected to every part of your body by fibers called nerves. Nerves carry messages between sense organs and body parts and your brain. Nerves are long and have thin finger-like tips called nerve endings that reach into different parts of your body. Nerve endings in the skin react to touch. They feel heat, cold, pain, and pressure. The nerves in your eyes are designed to receive information for sight. Nerve endings in the ears send signals about hearing and balance. Nerves in the nose react to smells. Taste buds on the tongue contain nerve endings that respond to 4 different tastes: sour, sweet, bitter, and salty. What's your favorite taste? Is it sour, sweet, bitter, or salty? I'm listening. Very interesting. I think my favorite taste is probably salty. I love salty things. Let's look at this faith connection. How do you use your sense organs to learn about God? I'm listening. Let's move on to page 146. Here's an important word right away. The spinal cord is a bundle of nerves. It runs from your brain, down your spine, in your back. It is protected by the bones in your back that make up your spine. The spinal cord has an important job. Messages between your brain and most of your body travel through the spinal cord. It controls reflexes. Here's another important word. A reflex is your body's response to something without you even thinking about it. When you touch something hot, you pull your hand away quickly. This is a reflex. When you sneeze, that would be another reflex. How about just blinking your eyes? Do you think about blinking your eyes all day? Or is it a reflex that your body just does? It's a reflex, isn't it? Can you think of something else in your body that's a reflex? Some type of action your body does that you don't even have to think about? Check out your science journal for a guided inquiry that explores reflexes. We're going to do that later. Please do not worry about that for right now. Let's turn on to page 147. Look at the diagram of this nervous system. See how complex it is? Even the most powerful computer cannot duplicate what a brain can do. God designed it so that you can play, learn, love, and live. God's design is so complex that scientists still do not understand everything about the brain. This is called the nervous system. The nervous system has a brain, a spinal cord, and all of these nerves that run throughout the body. Messages travel from the body to the brain. The messages travel through nerves and pass through the spinal cord. The brain sends messages to the body parts. What message might your brain send to your leg? I'm listening. Okay. Think about it. Why is it important that a spinal cord is protected? I'm listening. I will tell you what I think. I think it's important that this spinal cord is protected by these bones in your spine because the spinal cord carries the nerves and the messages from all the parts of your body to your brain. If that communication is broken, what would happen between the messages that were trying to be sent between your brain and your foot or your brain and your fingers? If the connection was broken, how would the message travel? Well, the message wouldn't travel, would it? If the cord is broken, the message cannot be sent back and forth between the brain and all your body parts. That is why some people are paralyzed. Their spinal cord has been broken and their brain cannot tell their legs to walk. Let's turn to page 148. Injuries to nerves. Some people have nervous system disorders. Some disorders make it hard for people to remember things or make people lose control of their bodies. Injuries to the head or spine can cause damage to the nervous system. Severe injuries may not heal. If you hit your head, it may affect your memory, reflexes, speech, or balance. But this injury usually heals if you rest. Drug use also harms the nervous system. It causes the nervous systems to send messages differently. It can cause people to see and hear things that are not there. Drugs can also cause people to react in unusual ways. Think about it. Why is it important to wear a helmet on a bike and a seatbelt in a car? I'm listening. If you said to protect your brain from injury, you're right. Lesson activity. Make a poster with the title, "Don't Use Drugs," and list the ways drugs harm the nervous system. What can drugs do to the nervous system? The answer's right here, boys and girls. Gave us some ideas, didn't it? Make a connection, page 149. Almost all animals have a nervous system. Pick an animal such as a fish or a worm. Use books or the internet to find out about its nervous system. Share what you learn with your classmates. Your mom or your dad could Google the nervous system of an animal of your choice, and then you could write down different things that you find out about it and share that with the class. You may do the lesson review with mom and dad to see how well you have remembered what you learned today. Have a great day, and we will see you later.